Hello, I'm Dr. Lisa Belisle. You are listening to or watching Radio Maine, where each week we explore and celebrate creativity and the human spirit. We're sponsored by the Portland Art Gallery in Portland, Maine. This is the 14th in our solo series. Today's story is called The Long Walk. It's about movement that is more about meaning than mileage, and what we find when we slow down enough to truly notice. A few years ago, I walked a long winding road near our island home in Maine. It wasn't a hike. It wasn't a workout. It was just a walk, one foot in front of the other. There was no destination, just a need to move through something. I had recently weathered a season of transition. It didn't show on the outside, but it changed everything beneath the surface. As I walked, I noticed things I usually missed when I ran the same route. The rustle of birch leaves, the shimmer of spider silk in the morning light, the gentle way the road curved just before the old cemetery. Each step felt like a conversation between my inner and outer worlds. This was the gift of the long walk. In medicine, we often talk about walking for heart health, blood pressure, and glucose control. But walking, especially walking without an agenda, offers something else: presence. It helps us metabolize emotions, integrate experience, hear ourselves think. I've had patients who found this too. A widowed man walked his neighborhood loop every morning just to remember how to be alone. A teacher on leave for burnout started a daily practice of 5 slow laps around her yard. A teenager walked the perimeter of a soccer field during therapy sessions until she found words. These weren't workouts, they were rituals, acts of self-return. We live in a culture that glorifies speed, optimization, and high-intensity everything. But walking can be more than transportation or calorie burn. It can be prayer, grounding, creative reawakening. Some of my best writing emerges when I walk. I compose podcast intros in the woods. I solve difficult decisions near the shore. I process grief along sidewalks and side streets. The long walk gives us back to ourselves, not because it is dramatic, but because it is continuous and gentle. Walking is rhythm embodied, the heartbeat of being present in motion. If you are in a time of uncertainty, professionally, creatively, emotionally, consider the long walk. You don't need hiking boots or a destination. You need an opening in your day and a willingness to step forward. You might not find answers, but you might find access to your breath, to your story, to the things that you have been holding that finally ask to be released. Even in leadership, when big decisions loom, I walk to orient. It is how I gather courage without force. Walking invites mind and body to sync. This week, take a long walk. Not to burn calories, not to get steps, but to listen. Walk any way you can, whether physically, mentally, emotionally. Walk while you're sitting if need be. Just let your walk be slow and imperfect and yours. Bring a notebook if you like, or don't bring anything at all. Sometimes the best conversations happen in motion, side by side, without performance. This isn't about productivity, it's about presence. If this story resonates with you, come find me on the Bountiful Path, my Substack newsletter, where I write weekly about healing, creativity, and the rhythms that help us return to ourselves. Not all paths are linear. Not all walks are aimless. Some bring you home.